Hello and welcome to the weekly roundup for the week ending Friday the 12th of February. We hope that you're enjoying these weekly reports. Please do subscribe to receive regular stock market content, and any questions, pop them in the comments box below. We'd love to hear from you. We also invite you to follow our free stock market reports on tech stocks, banking stocks and IPOs using the link in the description below. Okay, so it's been a relatively quiet week on the market, certainly compared to previous weeks, thanks in part to the Chinese Lunar New Year and public holidays across Asia. Mildly positive bias has seen indices edge broadly higher on both sides of the Atlantic. We've got the FTSE finishing the week up 0.6%, EU stocks index up 0.3%, DAX a little bit on the negative, minus 0.8%, and the S&P up 0.7%. Supporting sentiment really comes from the vaccine rollouts continue to pick up pace, particularly in the UK and the US, whilst Europe unfortunately lagging behind. However, concerns over new strains of COVID, which could be immune to current COVID vaccines, has just tempered the demand somewhat. Elevated tensions as well between the EU and the UK over post-Brexit trade friction in Northern Ireland has also dragged on sentiment slightly. In the US, we've got Trump's impeachment trial starting this week. So far, there's been no market implications, more focusing really on the Biden administration's $1.9 trillion COVID stimulus bill, which is making good progress and keeping stocks well supported. Got dovish commentaries coming from Federal Reserve Chair Powell as he reiterates the Fed's supportive stance, which is also added to the positive sentiment towards the US stocks there. FX markets, the US dollar is advancing today. It trades lower across the week after 2 weeks of gains. The softer tone for the US dollar comes amid growing concerns over the health of the US economy and following on from dovish commentary from Powell. So the pound against the dollar, that hit 34-month highs, 1.3860 on strong vaccine rollouts and US dollar weakness, although the pair has slipped below the 1.38 today after GDP did reveal a record 9.9% GDP contraction across 2020. However, still on to gain 0.3% across the week. Euro against the dollar, looking at gains of 0.5%, more of a US dollar weakness story there really. In the commodities markets, oil has been on the rise for 8 straight sessions, trading around a 13-month high, up 1.5% across the week after 9% gains last week. Oil has been supported by a few factors: better than expected inventory data, vaccine rollout lifting future demand expectations, US stimulus optimism, and most notably compliance by the OPEC plus countries, all seeming to agree to output cuts. Gold itself is trading flat across the week, trading around the $18.15 mark. And on the stock front, well, it's been quiet on the macro data, but this has been more than made up for by corporate updates. And there's been some standout performers both here and in the US. In the UK, we've seen Royal Mail share price up 5% on Thursday. They reported a 20% rise in Q3 revenue as parcel volumes hit record levels. And this is offsetting the weaker letter delivery volumes. They traded at £4.50, a level last seen in October 2018, and a level I'm sure is a welcome relief for the long-term shareholders. Dunelm up 5% across the week, adding to 9% gains from the previous week. They posted a 34% rise in H1 profit. They've reinstated the dividend in a sign of strength as online demand surged, as we just continue to refurbish our homes over here in the UK. Not a lot else to do while we're locked down, that's for sure. In the US, big names reporting as well. Twitter up 20% across the week after a better than expected Q4 performance. Revenue of $1.29 billion, up 29% year on year, and active users are up 192 million, up 28% year on year. We also saw big moves for Pinterest. They were up 6% after it was reported that Microsoft considered buying the tech firm for $51 billion. Now, these talks are not currently active, but it didn't stop investors piling into the shares, taking it to a fresh all-time high of $87. And so that really is the roundup for this week. I hope you have a very good weekend, and look forward to seeing you and speaking again. Thank you.